Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to the small print of the law of attraction. Today we are going to go pick up where we were in the code for not enough. So let's take a moment and check in. Who would like to begin? Your first name and a keyword and how you're doing today. How are you, Anna?
I'm Anna and I'm feeling lighter.
Nice. How are you today,
Um,
Sarah? Go ahead, Emily.
oh, I was gonna say I'm Emily and I'm feeling the Shabbat.
Hmm. Welcome,
Sarah,
Sarah. Go ahead.
I'm feeling like I'm on a retreat.
Hmm. How are you today, Amanda?
I am feeling messy and a little frazzled.
Welcome, messy, frazzled. I'm Michael. I'm feeling rested. And how are you, Maha?
I feel content. So it's a bizarre feeling because I never had the ambition of feeling content. I used to think of contentment as not enough, speaking of enough, not boring. Contentment is boring, used to be in my judgment of a former life, and now I find it as the nectar of preciousness, like really being content. What that implies in terms of surrendering and loving and flowing out of that. So content. And yeah, it relates to not enough, to the equation of not enough in a clear way, because not enough is obviously being discontent with myself, with my situation, my environment, my time, my body. It's like not enough. And that is such a strange place to be in, the place of not enough. And so we're going to look again at the one page that calls us out of creating our reality as the page that on which we're going to do the foundation of our work today, which is going to be to continue with the equation of not enough. FYI, we're getting closer and closer to understanding the code to a degree to where entering their application is really going to be delicious, or at least such is the vision. Okay. So thank you for your commitment, for your patience, and who would like, Anna, would you give us a number between 5, would you tell Michael when he can use the random generator to find the page that calls us and you?
Sure. Did you start it, Michael?
No, you just tell me when.
When to start it or when to stop it?
When for me to press the button.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, the number is 16. And that takes us, Maha, to the page that's entitled Giving and Receiving.
Did you say 15?
16, it's Giving and Receiving.
Got it. Okay, just sharing my screen. And there we are. So Anna, it's all yours.
All right. Giving and receiving. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. Matthew 7:7. I asked, I was given. But did I ever receive the gift? The word Kabbalah means receiving. On that note, it is said, the soul of the Torah is concealed as the Kabbalah, while the body of the Torah is revealed as the laws. Just looking at the world, it appears that the law is not as revealed as it is believed to be. And this touches me personally. I may think, for example, that exercise is a good habit to cultivate a law to respect. But if I don't have my soul into it, it won't do my body much good. If I were to resist exercising, it could be said that the laws by which to keep the body healthy were not received, not felt. And if not felt, how can they be embodied? Impossible. My word is law. I get an instant reward when I am so absorbed in the action, body and soul, that I am free of the action. In such state of mind, there is no attachment to an outcome, just presence. This quality of presence is the paradise lost by Adam and Eve, along with sentience, the innate ability to feel and sense. Indeed, for me to resolutely ask for, find, and see that God's door is the only exit door, I must be present. I must be in present time, feeling grateful and worthy to receive. Only then can I magnetize what I want. This is the law.
So Anna, what touched you in what you read? And it can be several things, or it can be just...
I'd like to mention how like essentially, like when we feel really passionate about something, then we don't feel time, or we are just present and we're enjoying it. And when we're doing things just to do them because they seem good, but we don't exactly have our heart into it, then things become more like we're hiking a mountain with, I don't know, dragging like a huge tree on our shoulders.
Yes, very well put.
But
So-
I have a comment to make on that.
Sure.
So I feel like sometimes we might not feel that, doing chores is good, like cleaning the house. But I feel that sometimes even when we're not feeling it and we're doing it anyways, we're kind of like building some sort of momentum to like enjoy what comes afterwards, which is like the ambiance of a nice clean house, for example.
Yes, I hear what you say, and what I'm hearing you say is ideally my body and my soul are together into whatever it is that I do. But it makes me feel better to at least do what I know I ought to do, even if I'm not fully into it. Because afterwards, I'm going to be feeling better than if I hadn't done it at all. Did I perceive what you were saying?
Kind of. Yeah.
So what did I miss?
No, it is close to that. That like sometimes we might not feel exactly full in the moment of doing what we are about to do, but it's kind of like building
Yes,
on our being resilient, on doing
yes.
it anyways. Like,
So here's a question that I've been looking at of late. When I am not body and soul into doing anything, there is a sense of obligation. I'm doing it because there's some form of external power that tells me that I should. And so this is well and beautiful. And yes, I'm building the resilience muscle. I agree with that. But I also find that there's a place where pleasing others and looking at what I should do and having that separated from what I really want to do, there's a place where it angers me. And maybe it's when I spend my all day going against my own flow. Maybe it's not just one thing, but accumulation of shoulds that bring me to be angry and in a reactive mode. So that's just something that I was reflecting upon this week. So I would say that's why this page picked me, giving and receiving. What about you? Why do you think that page picked you?
because I essentially, oh no, like the first thought that came to mind was that we're only receiving that which we deeply want. Maybe.
There you have it. Beautiful. I'm only receiving what I deeply want. And there's no separation from what I receive in that depth. Lovely. Anyone else? Why did this page pick you?
Maha, just a quick comment. I believe Daniel has joined us, so welcome, Daniel. Want to give us a keyword? Or later?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Resist nothing
Mhm.
and smile.
Lovely. Well, if you're smiling at the camera, can't see you right now.
You can't see me?
No,
Okay, I've got a new device.
got it.
So my apologies.
No. We would love to see your smile. There you go. Now you are here.
Okay, blessings. Thank you, everyone.
Beauty. Okay, so giving and receiving the depth of our desire is what we are ready to receive. So let's continue with where we left off, or attempt to.
I have something to comment.
Sure.
I wanna laugh today because I was just like today I've had some lower back stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to go on a retreat for 3 days. And then I'm like, and it was such a good feeling to know I didn't have to do anything. And then I was like, oh, but it's the fine print. And then I was like, oh, like weighing out, like, should I or shouldn't I? Like, I don't really want to, but I do want to. And then I was thinking, like what Daniel was saying is, well, just go. And I always receive something really, really good. So not to be attached to whether I want to or not.
Oh, that is so precious, Sarah. That is so very precious. Thank you for clarifying this for us. So, yeah, I used to have that experience when I would go exercise. There was a part of me that really didn't want to. And then I would go into it, and at the end of it, it was like, yay, that
Exactly.
was awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It goes back to the resilience as well that Anna spoke of. Lovely. So, you may recall this page where what we looked at was, and the liquid code is different than the solid code. The solid code is like an emergence. It comes from the ground, it goes up. The liquid code is more like an imposition. It comes from the top and it comes down. So the top is the liquid code. And then the first step down from the liquid code is into ignorance. So for example, from the golden walks comes the screech. And when there's a secretion, or rather a secret, that blocks my inner ear from hearing my heart, my true desire, my voice can't be heard as it comes out as a dissonance. So this is what we started looking at, and now we're going to do the exercise that goes with it. So, Amanda, would you like to intro? Okay. And we're all going to do it. So, Amanda, you begin.
Okay. To know what step I am on, I either roll a die or consult a random number generator.
So, Michael, would you give us a roll of the die?
Yeah, we'll just go around to everybody and we'll do it real quick.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, if you want to just say when.
And so why is it based off of a random, it's like pulling a tarot card kind of?
Kinda.
Okay. Okay.
4.
Oh no, I
Anna?
wasn't ready. I was gonna say go,
Okay, tell me when.
but we'll do 4, sure. That's fine.
Anna, you want to give me a word? Anna?
What is it?
You want to tell me when to generate? I'm just going to give everybody their number.
Okay. 1 moment. Go.
5. Sarah?
Go.
5 also. Emily?
Now,
5 also. Daniel?
Ahorita.
5 also. Wow. And who else do we have? Maha?
Yeah.
1. And I'll go for me. 4. Do we miss anybody?
I believe we got it, Michael.
All right.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, those 5s. A lot of broken hearts on the go. Huh? So I begin because the golden walks and the screech. What do I not want to hear? Well, I'm in my third week of having functional hearing aids, and I'm still stunned at what it means to hear my environment and not play the isolation game. So the short answer is I did not want to hear that I am one with everything. That's my deal. That was my deal. So next number are the wolves with 4.
Yeah, so what nourishment and or nurturing am I denying myself and why? It came to me a few days back to engage a green juice fast, and I don't have my juicer with me, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But yeah, it's only perhaps laziness, I would say.
One remark, the liquid code and the order of above moves sequentially. So for me to deny myself any level of nourishment or nurturing, there is a decision that I have been postponing. In your case, I'm doing a juice fast. And maybe the reason why I was postponing is I was trying to numb distressing emotions. You think, but those 2 questions are to be considered with 4 and then with 5 and then with 6. Okay. So Amanda.
Yeah. It's like I have an urge to answer this question with, look at all the things I am doing. Because I think my relationship between myself and my body is perfectionistic, almost like the relationship between like a teenager and a scornful parent, where I'm just like, do this. And I have that perfectionism. So I think that the nourishment that I desire would be like the experience of just like curling up on the couch on a rainy day and watching movies all day or something like that, like energetic.
Nice.
It's just release of all of the vigorous exercise and dieting and perfectionism, training and all of that.
Yeah.
I think maybe some rest, but I also just do not believe that I have the time to rest. So I deny myself that.
Yeah. It feels like a lot of severity
Yeah,
and
very
not
serious.
enough indulgence. Too much on the side of severity is not nurturing at all.
Yeah, I guess I resist even the word indulgence. I don't want to be an indulgent person.
Yeah. But being a severe person is dire. It's like
Yeah.
constant punishment. Different kind of punishment, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thank you, Amanda. I can relate. Yes. So, Sarah, 5.
The broken heart. Who and what am I trying to control? Where am I attached? People pleasing. Considering everyone else's opinion first instead of my own.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm. And in the space where you're attempting to control other people's opinion, then what is the attachment?
The attachment is other people's, not that the attachment is I'm attached to some external thing rather than my internal thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if those people didn't like me, then I'm afraid that
Well, I feel like what you're leading me to say is, if people, like, if I don't please others, then I'll be alone.
it's
But I want to be alone. And it's hard for me to be alone because I'm so controlling about wanting to show up for everybody else's thing instead of my own thing.
yes, yes, yes. I hear you, Sarah. Thank you for being willing to play.
Thank you.
Anna,
Okay. Who or what am I trying to control? Where am I attached? So one realization that I came to yesterday was that I've been trying to control how I feel and feeling desperate when I cannot change it. And then I came to a little bit of a liberation because I was thinking that it's okay to feel however I feel in the moment, and that detaching from me wanting to change it makes it feel lighter.
lovely.
Like the removing myself from the trial of, like, why the heck am I feeling this way? When is this feeling going to go away? Like, just letting go from trying to change it automatically made me feel a little bit lighter.
That's excellent. Yeah, it's almost like there's the belief I should be happy. Why can't I be happy? Being despaired is not okay. That is not an acceptable feeling.
But also I feel that it's sometimes this is very easy to forget it, that I feel the environment always prompts us to be happy and positive and happy-go-lucky, and I think that that is not reality, because reality is filled with both. And like, we're going to experience both the good feelings and the bad feelings, but we feel that when the bad feelings are coming, that we're not supposed to go through them and there's something wrong with us. But nothing is wrong. It's like, we're going through both sides.
Exactly. It's astounding how the collective is indoctrinated not to have any emotional intelligence and not to know that this too shall pass, being a happiness or despair.
I think Sarah was curious about the we context. She put a note in the chat.
The we context. Sarah, would you speak?
Yes,
What-
Anna, when you were speaking, were you speaking for all people on the planet or all of us on the call, or
No, generally, like,
or yourself?
what did I say for the moment? What was the expression? I'm sorry, because I said so much.
Just saying we instead of I feel. So
I too. Whoa, I'll take ownership of that. Yes. I get fooled. I get fooled by, in the moment, that I'm not supposed to feel this way. But I see it everywhere. I see it everywhere. Like, all the notes on social media, everywhere. All, like, positive vibes only. And is it doable? Does it represent reality? Because reality is not only the happy feelings.
Thank you for saying I, because it's a lot easier to hear what you're saying.
Yeah, of course.
Even though you could say we, because I do that as well, but when I hear you say I, it just is stronger for me to understand.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you both. Shakaruna, 5.
Okay. Well, I did my Omer earlier, and I was being taught by the pain body and the victim and moving into my officer. And in this moment, I can feel myself moving into my leader, and where's my broken heart and where's my need to control? And I think back to my childhood, and my parents couldn't control whatever their baby behavior was and however they interacted with each other. And I was a bedwetter until I think 8 or 9, or maybe even late as 10 years old. I can't remember when it was that I remember I was semi-conscious as a child. I may have been as late as 10 years old, and I peed the bed, and I made the decision to quit peeing the bed. I remember that.
Well,
But what?
as I said, cool. It's cool that you remember that you made the decision.
Yeah, you said it was cool. Well, yeah, well, it was warm, and then it was cool, and then it was cold. And I remember lying in bed in cold urine, and said, fuck this. But I think I have a broken heart from my parents not being able to control the chaos in my family, and then not being able to control my own urine capacity to control my urine. So I think I had control issues, broken heart issues, until I made some kind of decision. At least I wasn't going to pee the bed anymore. But that doesn't mean that the broken heart went away. And I think that I know that, and I feel that the unconscious archetype of the child, now as I inquire more, especially coming off of my Omer work earlier with the pain body and white milk, that I'm not resisting it. I'm like, okay, well, wow, what is this dark angel? What is this control teaching me? What is it that I can learn? And I believe part of it is the broken heart that I felt separated. And then maybe the broken heart to some extent for me is finding some power and control, or the illusion of control, by being separate from the one. And it's like, wow, that's a great inquiry. And it's a little painful, a little sad, but I don't have a broken heart. It's just a story that comes from a karmic unconscious child's archetype that's leading me, if I allow it, if I choose to do the work, leading me into the dream code of the leader.
Lovely. Thank you for your clarity and your leadership. Lovely. Emily.
I think for me, like, representing the archetype of the child is like I'm punishing my mom by having a broken heart, and then refusing to acknowledge what I'm trying to control by saying and doing certain things instead of what I truly feel, to punish that mom side as the child. By saying I'm brokenhearted, so I'm going to punish you by not communicating.
Yeah, isn't it interesting, the games we play?
Yeah.
Lovely clarity, Emily. Thank you.